men in the conversation, in the discussion, not just to focus on our women and girls, but to bring men voices to the table.
Okay.
So in terms of having focus, I think what is happening is a lot of negative messages about men is being bombarded in our media all over. So I think there's focus, but we're looking at the wrong thing. What we want to promote is positive masculinity, positive male role models.
Okay. Yes. Mr. Researcher Nation Miller, let's talk about the roles of a man in society and his home. Dr. Phil wrote in a column for the Huffington Post, I quote, "If a man makes a good living at work and is a loving father but can't say I love you to his wife, then is he still fulfilling his role? If he's an excellent provider materially but not spiritually or emotionally, how is he measuring up? What exactly should he be his role anyway? You see me? What is he supposed to be? Him not measure up mentally, materially, but spiritually. What is he? Something to think about. It's not a coincidence that we are recording this live on November 19. Today is in fact International Men's Day, and the BGA has coordinated and partnered in a number of initiatives in recognition of this day. Nashan tells us.
Well, yes, first I want to say Happy International Men's Day. And today is a very special day for men. The Bureau of Gender Affairs, in partnership with the United Nations Development Program and the Citizen Security and Justice Program, we had an observation, a celebratory day for men and boys. We held it at the University of the West Indies regional headquarters, and it was attended by various men's groups and individuals. Was also attended by our Honorable Minister, Olivia Grange, and we had several activities. We had a discussion on paternity leave, as well we have a male rap session where we just talk about several issues confronting men and boys. Issues such as mental health, fatherhood, the role of men in the elimination of gender-based violence, among others. So it was very celebratory. We had an Amazing Men Award, and we also had the launch of a project, a UNESCO-funded project, looking at fatherhood in Jamaica and developing communities. So it was well attended, and I am so excited. You know, I've been asked about International Men's Day for some time now.
Yes.
As you know, when International Women's Day comes around, you know, it's a big celebration, and we talk about our women, and rightfully so. But the men have been asking, you know, what about us? You know, why we can't have a day where we're celebrated in the same manner in which our women are celebrated. So it was a very, very good day.
So
and I'm just happy to say that.
So men tend to feel a sense of being left behind.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And contrary to popular belief, men want to be recognized. You know, a lot of time, you know, you ask a man, what do you want? And I say, boy, I don't want nothing, I'm good. But the truth of the matter is, you know, men want to be recognized and celebrated. Yes.
Okay. The theme for this year is reinforcing positive male role models. Nashan, the Bureau is focusing on paternity leave. Why this year?
The discussion surrounding paternity leave has been around for a long time. During the discussion session today, a survey was done in 2011, and a presentation was done on that survey in the findings from the Jamaica Civil Service Association, where it showed that in truth and in fact, you know, the whole issue of paternity leave, it has not gone anywhere. We're just bringing it up so we can continue to have this discussion, and hopefully sometime a bill will pass so that paternity leave can become a reality. The president of the Jamaica Civil Service Association, Mr. O'Neill Grant, he spoke about best practices, and he was even looking at parental leave. So it's not just when the child is born, but he wants to go beyond that. What in the case of an emergency? Say Chick V, and the child have to be at home. Who's going to take care of that child? With women now in the workplace, men are working, who's going to be at home? So is it that the woman need to take time off from work, the man need to take time off? So we're exploring different possibilities surrounding, you know, childcare, because at the end of the day, it's about the child.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay. We're going on a break now, but when we get back, I want to hear Daniel's take on paternity leave. Stay with us, Above and Beyond. We'll be right back.
Why do I don't know if this will move back? Yeah, like you talk on the ground, you know, me have to talk from government perspective, so we have to be proper. Just talk with the man them I say, you know, because, yeah. What the word out there, you can do that.
All right. You ready? Okay, 1 minute. So guys, on a reel, let's break it down a little bit for social media. What do you really feel about men getting paternity leave?
Alicia, you and I have been at odds with it. I had to really sit down and think about it, simply because there are disadvantages to this. If we're going to do it, it has to be done properly.
Yes.
Right? Yes, you do have, you know, many fathers out there who have a lot of children and stuff like that, and you'd have to, you know, regulate these things, and these things are controlled. But as a perfectionist, or my pursuit to perfection,
Yes.
one thing must happen, and that's change. And I think change is what is stopping this bill or this conversation from happening.
Okay.
Right? I mean, when you look at countries like Iceland, Finland, these are countries who have paid paternity leave. Right? Some advantages that paternity leave do have is increased IQ, increased social behavior,
Yes.
deepening relationship between mother and father. Because here it is that if it is that I go to a 9 to 5, I'm at work all day. When I get home from work, I'm exhausted. All you want to talk about is the baby. All I want to do is sleep.
Okay.
Right? When do our horizons cross? When I have time off from work, you and I are there together. We're imprinting on this child.
Yes.
Of course, my child would want to know, you know, who was that rugged voice on the outside? Being there with the child.
Okay. So when we continue this when we get back on.
Alright, come back for segment 2.
Man, you're 3 bad. Hold on. 1 minute.
Everybody, shall I repeat everything right now?
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
I'm gonna do it again. It was for social media.
I like to tell after me there go once a while ago.
You
You don't remember nothing.
It was for social
I don't
media.
remember nothing.
Just repeat everything where you say right.
Murder.
With the same tone,
No.
the same passion.
Me no remember.
Me stand very firm. All right, let's.
Jesus.
But you were just continuing the conversation until we're ready to record again. Because you don't want the social media around to get. You understand?
Jesus, you should have tell me. You should
Yeah.
have tell me so me never so serious.
Huh?
You should have tell me so me never so serious a
No,
while ago.
you-
I'm getting on the passion a while
You
ago.
get
You know.
into character.
Me go on, you know. Oh.
Yes. You're really
you're
going.
kinda-
How's that good?
Alright.
All right.
Stand by.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by. 5. Look it down.
Welcome back to Above and Beyond. We're here with the Bureau of Gender Affairs Research Officer, Nashan Miller, and social media personality, Daniel Ten, talking about paternity leave. For your information, public sector trade unions have been asking government to introduce a paternity leave policy in the country, similar to the Maternity Leave Act, which currently exists. According to the 1979 Maternity Leave Act, which provides for maternity leave and regulations pertaining to pay, female employees are entitled to take maternity leave once they have been working with the same employer for at least a year. Daniel, 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 do you think Jamaican men should get paternity leave?
Of course. I don't see why not. I really don't see why not. For me, being there, first 100, first 1,000 days of a child's life is really integral, right? I mean, when you look at countries like Iceland, Finland, Canada, those places have paid paternity leave.
Yes.
Advantages of paid paternity leave is increased child's IQ, right? It strengthens the bond between parent and child.
Yes.
Not only the parent and child aspect, but also in the relationship. When I get from work, tired, and you're home all day, where do our conversations meet? All you want to talk about is the child, and all I wanted is rest.
Okay.
Right? Here it is that when you look into being dynamic, right? You have to be adaptive. And I think that is what has not brought this conversation to the forefront. Because here it is that we are just so thinking that men are supposed to be breadwinners, women are supposed to be the caregivers. We need to step away from that.
Yes.
We really, really need to step away from that.
Okay. Nashan, what about checks and balances? Based on your research, how could it be implemented?
Well, that's very important that you raise the whole issue of checks and balances, because that is the main reason why you have some persons who are against paternity leave. You talk about the Jamaican man, and you know we have a practice where normally put it in one line, you know, famous line, man if you have enough girl, yeah? That is what it said, and because of this type of belief, this type of stereotype, you know, a man having multiple children with different women, you know, how is it that we're going to control
or work out that issue? As I said, that is a very big concern for a lot of persons, yes.
You know. Is it that a man will be granted paternity leave for multiple women? Is it that he's going to be given paternity leave for just one person? You know, there are questions such as, should a man, only if he's married, be entitled to paternity leave? What about the employer, from the employer's standpoint?
Yes.
How many times per year should he be granted paternity leave? You know, so there are these questions. There are multiple questions in regards to, you know, what the parameter, what should it look like? You know, as I said, you have to have your checks and balances. Now, you're telling an employer that is paying paternity leave, that this person should be granted.
Yes.
If you have multiple women, multiple children. Yes? How are you going to deal with that? Is it going to create a productive society? So these questions, as I said, they are raised and they're very real. We need to address these questions as best as possible because we have to factor them in. Should it be identical to what a woman gets?
Should it be?
Well, in terms of that, as I said, for the man, it's different. You know, paternity leave is granted for a man to spend time with a man to spend time with his spouse, or the mother of the child, you know, to help her recover during that session, also to bond with the child.
Yes.
Right? However, you know, we promote a culture in which we say the man just need to work. He just need to provide financially. Yeah. If you go to our court system, you find a lot of time, you know, it's just what can the man do in terms of financial support, not the bonding, not spending time.
Yes.
And if it is as a society, we're saying that men need to be present in children's life, because you find where absentee fathers are, you find children are very delinquent. They fall out of school, get pregnant early, join gangs and so on. So we need to have proper infrastructure in place so that men can be better fathers and spend time with their children so they can become productive members of society.
Daniel, you were saying?
Checks and balances, as Nashon was saying. Like with most things, put it out there.
Yes.
Let us learn from it. Let us put the parameters around it while we build it. Argument's sake. Here it is that I have 2 baby mothers. If I do have the capacity to take care of these two big children, why not? Why don't you grant me it? You follow what I'm saying? If it is that I can, you know, manage them financially,
yes,
I think I should get it. I really do think so.
Okay. Let's see what our people is saying. Comment from Twitter's Let me hear what the Twitter people are saying. But before I go into Twitter, there's a Andrew Fairman on Facebook saying, I know of companies in Jamaica now that offer paternity leave. Do you guys know of any?
Yes.
I know of one, yes.
And is it good, or you guys don't know all that in-depth information?
Well, at the session today, at our International Men's Day celebration, University of the West Indies, I get to understand, offers paternity leave. So too does, I think, Grace Kennedy is offering, JMMB is offering, and there are several companies, as I said, you know, who put forward paternity leave, and from what I can understand, it is very good. It is a very good practice for them. You know, there were a couple of persons in there who benefited from paternity leave, and they say that it is just so welcoming for them because they needed the time. You know, they needed the time when a gentleman spoke of his wife having a C-section and she couldn't do anything after delivering, right? So he had to take the time, and that time was granted, and it was a time well spent to help her recover and to help bond with the child. So based upon what is being said, paternity leave is definitely something that from those quarters need to be widespread. You know, it needs to be in Parliament discussing, and a bill on paternity leave need to be presented.
All right. I beg to differ, though. I guess you guys been waiting to hear how I feel. Yes. You know, I beg to differ. For me, it's one bad apple spoils the bunch. So for me, it's more of what is he going to do at home? Am I going to have another child at home? Because most men are very complacent, relaxed. They don't really want, they want to be a part, but they don't make that extra effort to be a part. So when you're home with them, you got 2 kids.
Yes.
And being a mom, having a kid is a lot. Yes. And to have a grown man to deal with like a kid, double trouble. So I beg to differ.
Funny you said that. Funny you said that, Alicia. For me, I think it comes back to re-educating society. If men are afraid, we're afraid. This is something that is now new to us, right? Here it is that, yes, the baby was a part of you. Yes, the baby was, you know, with you more. When it comes out now, it's, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to help me. I am going to be a modern father.
Yes.
Right? And being a modern father, wanting to be a modern father, I want to share all those moments with you. I want to be there. Nashawn made mention to somebody, you know, having cesarean section. I mean, how do you cope with something like that? Having a baby is a traumatic experience. It is. I need to be there, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally for you, right? And I do think it supports all that cause.
I should say 6 in 10 men are emotional beings. But you guys hide it so well. So, based on experience, men around babies are panic attack. Especially when the baby's screaming 24/7. You don't know what to do. If the baby's sick, you don't know what to do. That's extra problem on the mom. Nashawn, what you think? I see you smiling.
Yes, that's very interesting, you know. All right, let us put it this way. Culturally, men are taught that they should go, should provide, should go and work, right? And women were taught to stay at home and take care of the children.
Yes.
Now we find women are participating in the workforce. Women are contributing in the workforce. Yes? So changes have been happening.
Yes.
And while you say that, hey, men, there are men out there who perhaps not sure how to go about raising a child, but it's a transition phase.
Yes.
Right? So at some point, men are going to learn some of these nurturing aspects. Some come naturally because naturally you love, you care, you have certain emotions, right? But in terms of how to take care of a child,
yes,
it have to develop over time. So it's not a light switch where you just turn it on or turn it off.
But for mom,
where do you start?
For mothers it is.
But again, as I said, it's a transition phase and it takes some time.
Understandable.
So it can't be a case where you're saying no because they don't want to. They don't know how to. So they have to learn. And what's the best way to learn? You have to have that hands-on. You have a child, you spend time with the child, you see what is it, how the child reacts to you when you're around. So a lot of persons have the same perception that you have. They're not going to do anything with it. You know, they're going to probably play some football, or they might go to the other woman, spend time with the other woman and stay at home. But again, as I said, for one, you have men out there that use the time to spend with their children and with their spouse. Yes? And there are other men out there who want to learn. You know, how can I be a better father? I didn't have a father growing up.
Yes.
So what can I do differently this time? How can I ensure that my child doesn't suffer the same treatment that I suffered?
Yeah.
So as I said, we need to expand our mind in terms of how we think about fatherhood. You know, what is it that needs to be done? How can we help these men become better fathers? And as I said, in the Jamaican situation, it's very different. You know, contrary to popular belief, I don't have any scientific or empirical evidence to support this. But I will hear persons say, hey, you know, in my country, you don't find men picking up children after school, riding them on a bicycle or a bike, spending all this time. So probably it's not that bad as you think. You know, so we need to look into it and find out, are we really doing men justice in terms of fatherhood?
All right, let's talk about classism. Middle, upper is very much capable of doing all of that. Lower class, no wage, basically. Daddy has to fend. Mommy don't work.
Yes.
How does paternity falls in that gap? Getting a leave from nothing, how does that fall?
You made mention, Alicia, to checks and balances. And I think this would be something the government would maybe take into consideration. Criteria that one must fit to be qualified for paternity leave. One, you must be working. Two, you should be paying taxes. Three, you must be financially stable too, can take care of the child.
Okay.
You know, so these are things that I think National and the government are thinking about, are taking into consideration with this thing, with this topic.
You've heard it from Mr. Nashon Miller and Daniel 10. We'll be right back with more PBCJs Above and Beyond, where great Jamaicans are enlightened, where we speak to a lovely single father, Mr. Junior.
Ma about the foot, yeah? So tell her the foot no more.
I decided to type it up so you could. So when you come back, just
So that's me? Single father, no?
Yeah, my follow.
Single father, no?
these are two comments, so just when you come back, you just say.
Okay, no problem.
And
No
then
more?
we'll go into.
Who am I keeping? Or is it 3? Okay, no problem. So he'll join us.
All right.
I hope
Flee with the rock stone.
or PBCJ's social media persons, followers are enjoying the show.
All right.
Because
Yeah, Facebook is on. Yeah.
it's going.
For social media.
It's good.
For social
Hey, how you doing?
media. Fine, thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Single father up in the place.
Bless up, man. Bless up.
We're at segment 3, right? So
Come here, white.
you say,
So I should not see them call me. I should not see them call me.
you just talk what the two Twitter people them and then you get into.
Somebody said something on Facebook. Can I reply?
That's what I'm saying. When we go
Anna,
back,
could you preview it for me, please, before I reply? Yeah. Huh?
can we do that?
Huh? Facebook.
You want me?
Anna, go and check. Anna, go and check.
Oh, you're going to check?
Yes.
Alright. So,
Huh? Huh? Okay. Yeah.
alright, so segment 3. So we're just gonna say, you're gonna say welcome back. We're talking about paternity leave. Then you say what the two responses are. I type
Pause the
them in.
question, no? You want it?
Yeah. I'm hearing you, Simone.
And then she will quickly scroll down to we have with us. And then you introduce Edward.
Okay. Okay.
Go the single father.
Yeah,
Beat
man.
them bad with it.
I tell you, man.
They know the can't beat me. Can't beat me. Can't beat me. They love the pass. You mean? Why? We do.
What kind of man you date? Will you tell them say me a date nobody them something like devil?
I done them for done.
Done them back.
Done them. Hey, am I ready for them now? What kind of man today?
Never done them back.
Oh. Muddy up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have to keep us not like this.
Yes.
Not too much.
Very big.
Can you back little?
It's
Can you back
real.
little?
Yes.
Can little tip.
And the winner
So
is.
guys, this segment should be to interview Mr. Edward real quick first. And hear the story. And I like the way you guys are joining in the conversation. I like that. So you don't need to wait until she.
Okay.
You understand?
Sure, she done before.
She asks a question or whatever. I want this to be very interactive.
Yes,
Okay.
and I
So
don't
you guys
want
can
any
talk.
quiet voices.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys
Yes.
need to-
Reason.
Yep.
But what I want reason.
Oh, what I want.
I want to really too take it personal, but that's what I want
I
reason.
lie.
Yeah.
Alright. So
I don't have a
she's gonna-
problem.
I'll switch it over, Alex, so you can the welcome back and then right.
Okay.
Sure. So we'll do the welcome back real quick. Then you go into we have some.
All right, cool.
comments.
So carry back.
Ready? Okay. Stand by. Stand by. We're gonna do segment 3. Okay.
All the single
5.
ladies. All the single ladies.
Hello?
Welcome back to PBCJ's Above and Beyond, where great Jamaicans are highlighted. We have been talking about paternity leave. Should it be available for Jamaican men, right? Godchild on Twitter says, yes, she would need help to wash dishes and to rock the baby to sleep. Okay? Jamaican Girl on Twitter says, early bonding is important, so I'm with paternity leave. Fair enough. We have with us Mr. Junior Edwards, a carpenter and recording artist from Clarendon.
Yeah.
He is a single dad. He lives with his son, Brandon, and says becoming a dad turned his life around. Junior, what was life like before your son?
Thank you for having me on the program.
Yes.
But basically, I was like a yes man. You know, you just jump around. If somebody said this, said that, you just won't go do it because it is free.
Yes.
But when I became a father, I had to change the whole thinking. I wasn't just thinking for myself anymore. I was thinking for my son. And after his mom left,
Yes.
I basically have to start doing everything myself. I remember when he was 7 months, and because I needed time to spend with him in the day, I have to leave him with my brother in the nights and go and do security work, 9 months straight night duty. And that's just because I could stay in the day with him. That's
Wow.
Yep.
This sounds like a lot. But before we go in depth detail about your aspect of it, tell us about your bundle of joy, Brandon.
He's a wonderful, wonderful son, trust me. He's jovial and him kind of slow, cause you know when I say one time the women leave the child, him kind of broke him foot or something like that.
Okay,
They say
Jamaican
him foot broke.
terms.
So, in Jamaican terms, say him foot broke. So he was slow a lot in most everything. Him take almost 2 years to walk.
Wow.
Him hardly talking properly, but when him going to school, I sit down with him. Cause you see, like, no matter how I leave work late, when I go, I sit down with him. And everything when him get wrong in the day, me and him go back over it in the night until him get that right. Him project them when he get car. All when I go to school, I never get so much project. I eat now and they come like say, and me, I do the work rather than the teachers.
As a parent, I agree.
You understand? So basically that's it.
Yes. Okay, tell us. Do you agree with the idea of getting paternity leave?
Yes, I well agree. Paternity leave is needed. I mean, like, there's a whole lot of different scenarios around it because basically I have some people gonna take it as a dry ride. But we do assessments.
Yes.
You have to do assessments. A person cannot work with you for a year and you don't know if I'm a good father.
Yeah.
You're going to know if when you get to leave, I'm going to run bar.
Okay.
You understand? Or the club, rather than to stay home with the child. But my experience shows me that you need a woman and a man figure for the child. I mean, I don't see it really affect my son much. But when I realized it affect him, it was last year when I took him out for his birthday. We went to KFC because we don't really go there much. So when we went there was a mother and a father and a girl child in the bench in front of us. And he was there staring, and you know, I just feel sad because I know he was thinking like, where is my mom, you know? So that kind of just made me feel down away, but when I really take it to heart, I just use it as motivation to care for my son more. That's it.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh, Mr. Edwards, you have me there. Daniel here would like to be a father one day. And he thinks in his brilliant mind that he's going to be an awesome dad. Right? What advice do you have to give him?
When you reach bridge, you have to go across. Basically, you cannot know what's going to happen. First of all, he might say, I'm going to be the best father, and he may not be the worst father. He might have to be there. Yeah, it's kind of a premeditated thing. Yeah, you want to be a good father and thing, but what if the girl is not a good? Because basically, my baby mother wanted the child.
Okay.
She wanted the child more than even me. And basically, as soon as the child was born, the whole aspect has changed. Because she stopped doing things she used to do. I mean, yeah, she couldn't get all of the love that I used to give her. You know, it had to split between her and the child.
Yes.
And I didn't think she liked that.
Wow.
But she left with the child and she went away. And I have to find them back. When I find them back, and I call her and ask her, you're not going to let me see my son, man? Me or her grandmother in the background, and I say, okay, I'm going to leave him upon him, man.
Wow.
She don't know that I didn't want anyway, because I just know. Yeah.
That's like the sunshine through the storm,
yeah,
right?
I understand. Yes, and there's no way. I mean, like, his birthday was on the 12th of September, and I wish she would have called and say happy birthday. Not even that, because I never changed my number. So she can call me and say, and that was the main part of it. Because I was saying, I'm not going to make him grow up and say, you know, say, and my daddy make me not see my mother. I'm not keep her from him, none at all. If she put her effort and say she want to deal with, I will make you see him, talk to him and everything, because he's not going to grow up and cuss me. You understand?
There's always a door open for her to come in.
No, she can't come in. She can stay out and talk.
But there's always a door for interaction with her
it.
son,
Yes.
right? Daniel, getting all of this advice from Daddy of the Year.
Alicia, I want you to note what he said. He was placed in a situation. His environment changed. And because his environment changed, he changed as a person. Right? He is a living example that there are many of us out there wanting to be a part, wanting to be there. He is also a living example that we do need a united front. It is quite integral that we have a united front. Right? Dad of the Year.
I mean,
Dad of the Year.
With you three men here, it might be a possibility that my mind is being converted. Just the slightest. Just the slightest, you know? Because I've dealt with all types of men. Really? Not intimately, but based on my work, I've dealt with a lot of men, right? And I know the different individuals that you guys can be, right? I'm not drifting from the aspect that there can be good men, but where there is good, there is also bad. And without speaking about the good, you have to speak about the bad, you know? So sometimes the bad kind of outweigh the good. In aspects like this, we're living in Jamaica, right? I'm not saying there aren't good men in Jamaica because I'm sitting among three lovely men, you know? But we do have those who have enough gal and gal in a bungle, gal from
Rima,
gal from
jungle.
All right, have a lot, right? So then how do you divide that? And I know, Nashan, your team has been working on it and getting there, right? But, Nashan, let's talk about the way forward based on the response to the issues of paternity leave for Jamaican men. What is the way forward for the Bureau? Yes.
Okay. All right. It's safe to say that the overwhelming majority of Jamaican believe that Jamaican men should be granted paternity leave.
Yes.
I mean, as I said, there are the detractors. You know, as I said, for whatever reason, some of it we talked about earlier. Enough man, enough gal in a bungle. But the culture, as I said, we need to promote positive masculinity, healthy masculinity versus toxic masculinity. Yes? And as I said, I'll just reiterate that we're in a transition period. And we recognize this. The government of Jamaica recognizes this. In the same way in which we say it's important to focus on our boys and men. And we start placing more focus on our boys and men.
Yes.
It's the same way in which we are saying that, hey, we need the correct measures in place for them to be good fathers.
Yes.
Because it can't be that you're telling them to be good fathers. It can't be that you're telling them, hey, to play a more significant role, but you're not putting the correct infrastructures in place to promote that. So we would be lying. We will not be correct, accurate in terms of what is it that we're planning to put in place if we don't have these measures.
Yes.
As I said, you talk about, you know, the good suffering for the bad. Well, personally, I don't subscribe to that, right? I'm promoting good. If you want to come along, you come along, but I'm not going to join you. That's my mantra.
Yes.
You know, I'm not going to look because this is happening, because you have some men who don't spend time with their children,
Yes.
the entire Jamaica is going to suffer
Yes.
because of that. The Jamaican men who are out there doing wonderful jobs,
Yes.
such as my colleague right here. Last year, we had a meeting with different influential male figures and groups, and we talk about what is happening with our men.
Yes.
And we say we need more positive depiction of our men. And through that, we had a program entitled Amazing Men, where it featured 6 individuals, right? It was premiered on television Jamaica. We want to have a season 2, but we focus on influential men, not just influential men, but amazing dads.
Yes.
Fathers who have 5, 6 children, and they're in the lives of their children, irrespective of the relationship with the woman. Because the truth of the matter is that oftentimes, wherever the relationship goes with the woman, that's where the relationship goes with the child. But there are men out there who knows that they have a responsibility, and it doesn't go through the woman. It goes directly to the child. Yes? So we have to, as a government with the responsibility for promoting gender equality, we have to promote the type of masculinity that will help Jamaica to become a better place, that will empower our men to bring forth positive youths. Our men, as I said, is at a state where they want to also be the hand that helps to rock the cradle.
Yes.
Because they know the poem would speak about the hand that rocks the cradle. So
Yes.
wherever, that's basically talking about the woman. And how she rocks the cradle will determine the type of generation that we will see.
Yes.
So we had a generation where it was just the woman, and we see what is happening in today's society. Now men need to be a part of the nurturing aspect of child
For real.
raising.
For real, man.
Okay, well said, Mr. Miller. Okay, on behalf of PBCJ, Civil Enterprise, happy International Day, right?
Thank you.
Men's Day.
Thank you.
Yep.
Keep being inspiring dad, a lovely dad, an amazing dad, right? Gentlemen, it has been a stimulating conversation. And I think I'm fully converted.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I'm on your side.
Give her a clap.
I'm fully converted.
Yes.
Thanks to all those who joined us online. See you next week as we continue to highlight those of who go above and beyond their field of choice. Thank you. This is PBCJs, above and beyond, where great Jamaicans are highlighted. Endorsed by the Tamia Carey Collection. Yeah. Yeah, Mama, need to do one more time.
Because he was talking, so we were trying to get it there before Nashan stopped talking.
All right, ready? Okay.
All right.
Put it yourself. Thank you, baby.
So it does appear there.
You have the bigger plate.
Yeah, it does appear.
Yeah, man.
Stand by.
It's Savoy.
Savoy, yes.
Yeah, okay. Ready?
Get up. Let's see.
She can't get up?
No, ma'am, I'm good, ma'am. I can't see the thing too. All right. No. All right, ready. I'll just take it from the ground. Huh? No, it can't work there, so. All right, ready. I'll find a way. Thanks, Richie. Ready. And let's close this. So how are we going to take it up and give it to him?
I think it's probably right.
Huh? With one hand?
No, two. One to your hand.
This look good on camera? And it's heavy.
Him say yeah, she said heavy. She said heavy like that.
So I can't take
All right, just ready.
Because it's going to be coming, it's going to be cutting from Nashan, you know.
All right, I understand. Me set myself away.
Okay.
She will improvise.
So we're going to redo that thing for production purposes.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
okay.
No worries.
Done?
She's gonna redo that.
There's something happening to the sound, but like I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Now, Nashan would have been giving his response to her final question. Then you will come to her and say on behalf of. So you take it from the close-up British camera, please. So she can cut to it in post-production. Redefining.
Okay.
Yeah. Rolling. Richie good?
Hold on, I'm not seeing the man name. Scroll up this, let me see Tian. No.
See the.
I mean, what am I going to say him name though? Put him name in night for me, Tian, please. Come on, I remember that. I'm going to do. Yeah. Bad.
Yeah.
Sketch me, I get 1 minute, they make Tian just add that thing here. All right.
S. Stand by.
PA of the year.
Ready?
Yeah.
Stand by. Ready,
Mr. Junior Edwards, on behalf of PBCJ's Savoy Enterprise, happy International Men's Day to you, Super Dad.
Thank you very much.
Yes, keep being the dad that you are. Keep inspiring others to be a great dad, just like yourself. Right? Gentlemen, it has been a stimulating conversation. I mean, my mind is fully converted. I am on y'all's side because there are good men in Jamaica. and they deserve a chance to be with their kids, right? Thanks to all those who join us online. See you next week as we continue to highlight those of who go above and beyond in their field of choice. This is PBCJ's Above and Beyond, where great Jamaicans are highlighted, endorsed by the Tamia Carey Collection. Okay. Mana G! Mana super! You know how much work gonna make me do?
Come.
You don't know much freelance gonna make me freelance. Dre, your sister I be a freelance, me a freelance up at Dre.
Camera phone. We have
Remember.
Yes. Can I have a picture with all my guests, please?
Social media.
I know. Can I get a picture with all my guests, please?
You didn't wear that suit for nothing.
Yeah. He's been chatting all day.
I have more talking to do.
Wait, why you like that?
But also done with it, come on, eat up on my friends.